maximum protection. Ontario's medical labs have now processed 10.7 million COVID-19 tests and counting since this pandemic started a year ago. Joining us now with a look at the situation is Michelle Hoad, CEO of the Medical Laboratory Professionals Association of Ontario. Michelle, it's great to have you on. Good morning.
Good morning.
I think we'll start with perhaps the most pressing matter, variants of concern. How are these being handled in Ontario labs? Let's start there.
So last year, what happened was when we got our COVID instruments in, there was actually licenses handed out to labs to be able to do that testing. So the same thing is happening now with the variants of concern testing. So the good news is the ministry is now handing out licenses to labs to allow them to do that genome sequencing. It's very specialized testing, so they want to make sure that, the lab's prepared and they have the right people. So that process right now is rolling, and we should start to see a lot more happen there.
How important do you think it is that we not only test for COVID-19, but these 3 new variants of concern that have been identified, and any more that may pop up?
Definitely very important. It allows the ministry and the government to really understand what exactly is out there. Here's a perspective to think about. So we did 64,000 tests last night. The public can go on the website and take a look at how many tests have been done every day. I think the question we need to ask ourselves is, why are we still doing 64,000 tests every day when everybody is supposed to be following protocols? So the reason why we're doing this testing, the reason we've got the variant of concern testing, is really to understand what's out there and how do we protect ourselves against it.
That's very interesting. I want to talk to you about rapid testing now, Michelle. We know these tests are being used in school settings, at long-term care homes, at workplaces as well. When do you think we'll get to that point where we're seeing rapid testing being used in the community?
I think that will definitely happen in the next several months. The government is doing a great job at, encouraging employers to register for this program. So it's a program that you can get involved in. What they've done, the government has actually extended who can actually administer these rapid tests. So allowing that extension really opens up to the population, employers, other areas that you would like to get rapid tests done. You want to make sure that you've got the right person there, the right healthcare worker. But now that they've expanded that, we should start to see, again, that really change in the next couple of months.
Is the province using all of its rapid tests?
I understand that they've received millions of them way back in October, and they are slowly rolling it out. It's important to ensure that there's 2 types of rapid tests, but the ones that we're referring to that are being done in schools, we want to make sure that whoever is the healthcare worker that actually administers it is properly trained and they know how to read it. So that process, although it sounds so simple when we talk about it, it's actually very complicated to make sure, A, the tests get to where they are, they identify that person, they get trained, and then things can start to roll.
I want to quickly talk to you about vaccine delays. That's been so frustrating for so many Canadians. Can you tell us how that's impacted labs in this province?
A great question. So from a lab perspective, when we look at the slower rollout of vaccinations, it's very, very important for us that people get vaccinated. The more people that get vaccinated, the less tests that come into the lab. So we are sitting and watching this process as well, because it has a direct impact on the number of tests in labs that we have already talked about are so understaffed across Ontario. So the more vaccination will eventually lead to less testing.
Okay, Michelle Hoad, appreciate the insight as always. Thanks so much for your time.
Have a good day.
You too, Michelle.